Even when there's blood in the streets, the strong always eat well. My friends, everything down for the day. Bitcoin is our biggest downer. Let's jump first into the S&P 500. That's our least down for the day. We always start with the S&P. And where are we so far this week? Well, we talked yesterday about the high last week being 518.22. This week, the high 517.38. And again, we are not hitting the highs that we saw this last week. As we look at the Thursday two-day candle, it'll finish drawing tomorrow. We can see that it's sitting above that weekly trend line. We can see where the half day has rolled over, particularly in the afternoon. It pierced the weekly trend line. Lots of volume as the market just headed over in the afternoon. So we'll keep an eye on things. This slowing down doesn't mean the market's ending. It's about to roll over and crash. It doesn't mean that. We saw that happen back at the beginning of the year after things shot up starting there in late October, early November, and of course all the way through Christmas. And then looked like it ended. We had a big doji right there. Lots of indecision with average volume, but then things turned around and took off again. So we're still long is what I'm saying. Just a little down day, 0.20%. NASDAQ 100 down 0.24%. Now it is weaker. You can see where on the weekly chart we have a doji and it's pushed through the weekly trend line. Volume is getting up there, almost average. We'll see if it hits it tomorrow. We see the third spinning top, almost dojis here, 3 of them. Again, showing us that things topped and then really slowed down. This latest two-day candle is just the first day of the latest two-day candle. It'll finish drawing tomorrow. And it's about halfway up toward average. The prior one was average. The one before that was above average. So again, we see some weakening there. You can see it on the half day as it displays itself. So we'll watch, wait, and see. Pretty much everything is below the trend line. We'll see what we see on Friday as we get toward the close of the market and what the charts are telling us to do. Now, let's look at 20-year bonds. Where are they? Another doji. Now, unlike the NASDAQ 100, it hasn't pushed through the weekly trend line yet. In fact, we set the trend line on it. If we move back here and set the other trend line, still about the same place. It's pretty much on the trend line. We can see we got a ways to go tomorrow if we're going to get anywhere near average volume. We can also see it was down strong today. You can see it has been down for the last, this is the third day, and this is the biggest down day, really slamming below. Now, we told you we had nothing leading us to get into an up move here. We had peak volume most recently with a pop up, and then things died after the green spinning top that we saw on the week beginning the 29th of January. Then we had 3 down weeks. And then we had 2 up weeks, and this week we have the doji. Now, if you ask me where bonds are going, I would tell you, going to wait and see it confirmed, but there's just nothing's caught yet. So, I don't know. We may have several more weeks of indecision. And again, we don't have any volume leading us to do anything here. So, we're just standing by, waiting to see what's going to happen to bonds. Now, let's move on to gold. Gold pulling back some for the day, 0.42%. We saw where gold peaked last week, where it really hammered up to a high of 203.30. This week, the high 202.41. And we can see again where that Friday, Monday candle, and again, that movement was all on Friday. If we go down here to the half day, you can see where things popped up in the morning. Not so much in the afternoon, and then we look on Monday, and things started weakening as we went through the week. So again, not that we're not still long on gold, it just looks like it is getting weaker. We can see that on the 2-day chart playing out, and the volume has been decreasing. Now we're almost up to average volume, may hit that tomorrow. And who knows, gold may turn around and boom. It's not down much for the day, 0.42%. So we'll keep our eye on our long position on gold in our practice trade. Now let's look at Bitcoin. Where is Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin is down significantly for the day, 5.87%. We did, of course, reach a new high this week as we look at our Bitcoin ETF, high of $83.36. This move started, if we go to the worst spot on the week beginning the 5th of February, the high, $54 starting that week, again up to a high of $83.34. Just beautiful. Now we've come off that high some for the day, but again, still long. We are paying attention. We have a green spinning top on the 2-day chart. Price, of course, is still well above the 2-day and the half-day on the weekly trend line that we can see depicted on both those charts. So we are still long Bitcoin. My friends, I have posted for our Patreon members. You will see at the Patreon page, and we'll be sending you out the email later. But we've already posted the 3-wave trade recording that we do for you guys, in addition to the Charting Cryptos, Commodities, and Currencies will be released to everybody else tomorrow. And of course, we will be sending you the email and posting as soon as we get all of this uploaded and out. We'll be sending you the weekly vertical crossovers. We strive to get you 20 every week from the S&P 500, sometimes less, just depends on if there's some good ones there. We go through that and try to cull that list a little bit for you. Thank you so much, my friends. We always love to hear from all of you, and particularly appreciate the underwriting of the work we do here by our Patreon members. Appreciate the new members that have signed up lately. And again, if you would like to support the work we do here, appreciate what we bring every day for free, then of course, by all means, become a Patreon supporter. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.